So the lineup on this album is myself, Richard, Miles on guitar, Ian on guitar, Steve on bass, and Tim on the drums. So the writing process for this album was similar to Dogs of War. Ian came up with all the music. There were a couple where he sort of had some melody and some lyric ideas, but the majority of it I did all the lyrics. With Soldier, obviously with the band's history and everything, I try and pick suitable subject matter. I like to tell stories as much as possible, a bit corny and cliche, but it's true. And you know, songs like 600, which is about the charge of the Light Brigade and stuff. You know, Conquistador is pretty self-explanatory, but you know, it's a story. It has a start and a middle and an end.
So the plan was, with this particular album, is we went into the studio to record the drums in a live room to a guide track, and then what we was going to do is come back, record, multi-track everything else, then send it back to the studio to be mixed. But because I'd recently upgraded my studio to Pro Tools 11, in the end I decided I'd have a go at it and mix it myself, which is what we did. And so I've been recording for about 20 years now. Started off with a little 8-track player and moved up to digital systems. But the stuff that you can get now really is just, you know, with patience you can get absolutely fantastic results. I think the first thing that got me into, music. There was always music on in the house, but probably bands. Was my mate came around the house and had Machine Head, Deep Purple, and when I listened to that, then I thought, yeah, I want to be in a band and play guitar.
That would have to be listening to early Hawkwind, and in particular Lemmy era Hawkwind. So once I'd heard that, that was it. It was heavy rock all the way.
What got me into music, my dad used to be a drummer in the 60s in a band called the Dodos. So as soon as we could, we got me a drum kit and he set it up and showed us around, and then left me to it. And I did everything exactly the opposite of what he said.
The thing that first got me into music and bands probably was, probably for a lot of people at the time, sneaking into my brother's bedroom when he wasn't around, rifling his record collection, and I vividly remember putting on Deep Purple Made in Japan, which at first scared me, and then I just couldn't stop listening to it. It really was one of those life-changing moments, and from then on it was just going through it. First Black Sabbath album, Led Zeppelin 4, all that kind of stuff.
Well, the main thing that got me into music and bands right from the off, probably from the age of about 8 or 9 years old, was AC/DC. That was just number one. As soon as I saw Angus Young and Malcolm Young levering the guitars and Barnum O'Brien jumping up and down and doing the thing, that was it. That was everything for me. And it all went down up from there. It was just incredible, really. Then got into Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and sort of backtracked to all that kind of thing. And then the stuff that was happening at the time when I was a kid, of the Judas Priest, Scorpions, but primarily AC/DC. Number one. I wouldn't have even looked at the guitar if it hadn't been for them.
Don't come crying to me, 'cause I'm